Well, hello again. First of all, may I wish you a happy new year, and especially to all my subscribers, who some have been with me for over 18 months now. I hope you had everything you had for Christmas, your locos or trains or coaches, wagons, whatever it might be, and hopefully they're all working. A couple of days after I did my last video, which is my Christmas special, I had a disaster. I actually came up here with a cup of coffee, put it down here and knocked it all over the computer. That ruined the computer. I took it to PC World. They charged me £50 before they'd even look at it. Sent it away. It come back that the keyboard had gone, the motherboard had gone, USBs had gone. So I had them write it off as a non-repairable, and I got myself another one which I had to do insurance, which is bigger and better, so it's a lot better. Another Acer again. And the problem I had, of course, is I lost all my Railmaster. So I've actually still got the disc, so I put the disc in. I actually managed to get the original version put in, but what it was is, prior to all this and waiting for the computer to come back again, I put this in. This is an F plan of Hornby, so it was quite easy. All I actually got is an extra set of points in there, and what I did then is I manually put the rest of it in over the top. That took me about half an hour. I then put all my signalling system in, which is quite complex, as some of you most probably seen. That took me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to put in. Thing is, I worked on this for over 18 months, so I know every inch of it. So it was all in my brain. I just did it and it all went in, no problem. The only thing I hadn't got, of course, was my little trains, which are my program ones, which all were sitting in the old computer. Got it back, and I got the hard drive out, which now sits in this box, which is £5 off PC World. Plugged it in, and every piece of data is perfect in there, so I was quite happy with that. So what I did is transferred the programs from here onto my computer and got my trains all that working again. Now, I've been recently asked what I think of Railmaster. My answer is brilliant. In actual fact, I think it's that good. I've actually got another version. I bought another Railmaster system, which sits in my computer downstairs. That's how good I think it is. Now, once I've done all this lot, now the thing is over the week before Christmas, I had a lot of calls as regards E-Link problems. They weren't connecting. So, if you look at my Christmas video, a lot of the E-Link and the Elite systems are all in there. But anyway, what you've got to do first is, if you go to, on mine, this is a Windows 10 of course, right click on there, on your, wherever you've got, go to Device Manager and it'll bring you up this. Go down to where your ports are, double click that and you'll get the comms up. That one there is mine, which is ComCom 3. Go to there, and what it actually says there, this device is working properly. If you're not sure, you can actually click the drivers, browse and find the Railmaster file and click it, and it'll either update it or say that all your drivers are working perfectly. So that's one part you can check. Another part that you must have done is this, which is the port settings. Forget about them, they're always the same. This top one is the one. In Elite, you need 19,200. But if you are working in E-Link, it is 115,200. You put that in that one there. That way round, when it comes to going to Railmaster, you make sure that that is the same as it is here. That way it'll talk to it. Now, another thing that you could have a problem with is your ports. Go to the advanced key there, and here at the bottom here, port number. Railmaster say that the best ports are 1 to 5. They don't seem to work after that. So you can change this around by changing what I do. Mine's on COM3, so I just change that to COM3. And then that port, which is this one here, is now COM3. So you've done that, click it OK, and you click it out of there, and that does that part of it. So we take that one out of there. Right, another part which you require is in Railmaster, you've got to allow that to get through your firewalls. And to do that, what I actually do with mine is actually tap on the at the bottom and just type in allow an app. You get this through your control panel, through your firewalls, but on mine it's easy to do it this way around. Do it that way around, click that, and you get that. What you've got to do is hunt down here, down here like this, and you've got to hunt for Railmaster. Now if Railmaster is not in, you go to change settings there, and you go to allow another app. You hunt for your Railmaster file in there and click it, and it'll come back up here. Once you've got it in here, you make sure you click the private and the public clicks there. You click the OK, and that way it is then allowing it through a firewall. Another thing you must do is always run Railmaster in administration. To do that is you right click on the file there, you come down to the properties, go to compatibility there, and right at the bottom of that screen there it says run this program as an administrator. Make sure that's ticked. Once you've done that, it'll let you through the firewalls. More so is when Railmaster are doing updates. I've actually just heard recently off Railmaster there's another update coming up shortly, which is another maintenance review, but also it seems that they most probably cured the four aspect signal problems that they've been having. So that should be coming out very shortly. So I haven't got them in mind, but I can actually play around with that and have a go at it, just make sure everything, I think it's okay. Now then, when people call me, as I say, I've had quite a lot of calls, one of the things I've actually asked people to do is to put this TeamViewer 11 into the system. What you do is go to Google, type in TeamViewer 11, and you'll see one there called download. Press the download and it'll put it here on your system. Once you've got it on here, what it means is you double click that when you're talking to me, do that, and it'll do that. I will do the same on mine, and what will actually happen is it'll come up with an ID number and a password number. You tell me what those are, I put them in over here on this side, and I then connect to your computer, and I can then operate your computer from my computer. One thing with this, it's pretty secure, because what happens is when you switch this off, every time you switch it off, that code number, password number will actually change. So I couldn't, once I've turned off, I can't get back in your system again to play around your computer again. So it's hack free in a way. It's all free, it doesn't cost you nothing online, so it's quite happy for that. So that is another thing you can actually do. Now, another thing that I've actually, although I've had all that crash, I had another problem, is my Pride of Crew over there with the lights on. When it got round to this set of points, what happened was it would splutter over them. I'd actually had a problem with this set of points, and I bought another set of Hornby points off eBay, and they were faulty. I've now replaced them with a set of Pico points, and that train will go over there at 4 miles an hour and doesn't even murmur. It's perfect. But also my little shunter, when that was doing this little operation and coming back this way, it would come off on the points. It doesn't do it anymore. Now, if you actually notice on a set of Hornby points, that distance there. Now, if you look at a set of Pico, it's less. So you've got more conductivity across the rails. Another thing you've got to be careful of is that if you've got Hornby points, the little knobs on the end there are very small, and they'll fit those. But on the Picos, they're quite large, so the Hornby motors don't fit. You've got to have the Pico motors. They're about the same price, so it's no difference. But you've got to use the Pico ones. So that was another little problem I had. But it all works now, thank God. So we go back to this again. Now, as I said, I've got all these which are programs, but I've got an advanced stage. I've actually one called scheduling, which basically is total automation of my railway if I wanted it. And how you get that is go down to this little box down here, there, click that, and you get this blank screen. You put in the time. Now, I did this 6 months ago in June. Now, what it was then, as I can remember, you could only put in 14:20 as a start. So I put that in, and the train runs away, and what it did, it came up with 14:22 and 10 seconds. By that, just all you got to do is just make a note of what the time is down there. And then, but the thing was, you couldn't put the next one into the next minute. But it seems, whether it's been in an update, I don't know, but now you can put the seconds in. So from that train there, when that's finished you can actually do what you want. I've actually got about 2 or 3 seconds. After that one's finished, the next train will run, which is a lot better. Now what happens is when you put these in, this little box goes up like that as you put them in. Now be warned on this, I've told you before on this one, is if you're not running this scheduling system, take the ticks out. Do not leave them in, because what will happen is when that hits 14:20, this thing will kick off on its own, and trains will be on the line where they shouldn't be, and there'll be crashes, there'll be points the wrong way. So make sure you've got all those boxes ticked off. So what I'll do, actually, you can actually do this yourself, actually, is I can do this. If you've got the full program running, you can do the whole lot, but I'll only do these two just to show you. You go down to here, you double click on, let's take that out just to make sure that's right. Double click on that first one there, and I'll put in 14:19:45. Now this should at 14:20 kick off on its own. I'll move the cursor up there so I'm not touching it, and we'll just see whether it actually kicks off. Sometimes it works straight away, sometimes it doesn't. There we are, it's a going. So what it's going to do now is this little pannier tank now is going to go down, do its little job around the track. Here it comes. Now if anybody wants to contact me, I'm usually always here 24/7, and I'm on 01782 302194. I do have a Facebook page which is called Railmaster Help. There's also a Railmaster website, website, which have been built by my mate Stephen Scott in Sunderland. He actually builds websites, so if you've wanted a website, he'll build one for you. But we work on those two together. So this is going round. On that Facebook page, also all the exhibitions that are coming up, they're all on there as well. So you can always find out what exhibitions close to you are coming off. One thing, as I said with my subscribers, if you subscribe to my channel, it doesn't cost you nothing. Just click a little button and it'll go on. What happens is when I do these videos, you'll automatically get an email to say there's a new video, and then all you do is click on it and you can see the new video. So now the points are going to check. That, as you know, that is an automated signals. They all flash and everything else. Now coming round, I'm going to go do its little job round here. What I've actually got is, you can see these little pegs. What they actually are they're there because there's magnetic ramps, because most of my wagons are all got KD couplings on. I find them a lot easier also, as you can just lift them off each other. You haven't got to struggle trying to uncouple each other. There's one there just above that dumper truck. That is where that train will actually stop when it finishes its little program. This is the thing with my program, I know exactly where they're going to stop. Now that's finished that. That's the second point. This should now kick in. A second, there we are. This one particular one is on a 3 programs built into one, merged together. This train will actually come off, go round the track, all the way around the track, and stop at the signal. It then will go and do a few loops around the track, building from 0 up to 81 mile an hour and slowing down to 0. It'll stop there again, it'll come back, go over the crossing, stop just under the bridge. It'll then back up and go from where it actually is sitting now. I won't go through all the programme, as this is 7 minutes long, this particular one is, and you can imagine if this programme goes wrong, it can take me a day to put this thing back together again. But it's that point should actually change now. There you are, let's flip back again. This should actually just stop round here. I'll actually turn it off from that because I say this is too long, this one is. That's it, stopped. So that is it for this one. As I say, if you've got any problems, please give me a ring. I might be able to fix them, I might not. I'm not a miracle worker, but I will try and help you as much as possible. So from me, I will see you again shortly, and thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.